Hey, house guests. Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada 12 Digital Daily Recap.
Hi.
Hello. Our house guests of the day are Thomas Milligan and Hector Salinas. Thank you both so much. Yeah, clap those nails together. Thank you so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so much.
Facts.
Facts.
And I have one super chatter from yesterday, and that is the one and only none other than Randall Westgard.
Randall, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We really appreciate your support.
We do.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So we've got some updates to discuss.
We
today.
got an info dump today.
They're not good. Okay. When we left off yesterday, the whole digital daily was from before the eviction. We saw campaigning. We saw, oh my God, is there going to be a flip? No, there's not. And then Donna was evicted by a vote of 7-3.
You know what that was? Unnecessary.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could have had this digital daily that we had today, yesterday, and had the other one tonight.
Come on.
But, no. I guess they just really don't want us to see who's nominated before Sunday's episode.
Canada, are you shitting us?
Yeah, not cool. But anyway, let's talk about today's digital daily, which started after the eviction. It was Wednesday night.
Yes.
Wednesday night.
It was, but before the...
it was after the HOH.
It did start with the people coming in from the HOH.
Right, comp. They were all coming in from the backyard. And at first we weren't sure if it was from the HOH competition or food competition.
Or a big booze up.
Right. Well, yeah, because a lot of them were drunk.
A lot. And I don't know what it is with Canada, but when they give them alcohol.
They give them alcohol.
Yeah. I mean, the beer up there might not be as potent as the beer down here, but I guess you guys drink a lot of it.
Loose lips were sinking some ships.
They certainly were.
So they're coming in, and Vivic is all from the bottom. He won HOH, and he is so pumped up. I was excited for him in a way, but I was also dial it back. It's too much.
Maybe there was a contest where all the house guests had to do a shot every time Vivic said, okay, I was on slop for 2 weeks, and then I won HOH. I was on the block, and now I won HOH.
We would all be on the floor.
Yeah.
Because he said it so many times.
Ridiculous.
But he was in the green room celebrating. He was all pumped up from the bottom.
The way he was telling people, it was like they weren't in the house. They just got there.
Yeah, I know.
They lived it.
Before we even knew his plan for the week, I could just tell, this is not going to be good. It's not going to be good. The celebrating is too much.
It's a bro down.
So then Spicy V comes into the room to celebrate. Girl, come on. She's like, oh my God, it's a happy meal. Blah, 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 blah.
I got you. I'm going to help you this week. I have it all for you, and we'll just do what I want to do.
Well, Vivic says he already knows who his target is going to be. Oh, do you? Who's it going to be?
I think we know that.
I mean, I had hope that maybe it was going to be Anthony.
Yeah.
There was 5 minutes in time last week when he was saying that. But don't get your hopes up. He says, I know who my target is, and now I need intel. I need loyalty from you. I need as much information as you can bring me. And he's like, Spicy V, you proved yourself to me last week by putting up a bigger target.
You up on the block?
Yeah, I know, right? She still did put you up on the block. And
gave you a snarky speech?
Snarky AF.
That was iconically snarky.
Yeah. But he says he'll do the same for her. He's going to have her back this week.
I hope that means he's putting her up on the block.
I don't think it does. Vivic does reveal quite quickly that Bailey is his target this week. He's like, she's out of here. And I'm like, you better be lying, boy. At first I was like, maybe he's just saying this to Spicy because he doesn't want to reveal who he's actually targeting. He is on to the whole Spicy and Anthony working closely together thing. So maybe he doesn't want to tell her anything that's going to get back to Anthony.
Which emoji face would represent your reaction to that?
The anger one where it's just
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, anyway. Poop. Yeah, poop emoji would be appropriate. But again, it seems like some of these house guests were drinking. I don't know if it was part of the comp. I don't know if it was after the comp. Maybe they got some sort of a party. But yeah, let's not forget too, going into the eviction, the fridge was locked away and like they
Right.
couldn't have any food. Everybody was on slop. So maybe they had some sort of
Maybe
a
they
reward dinner.
gave them booze on like a freaking empty stomach and like
I think
it
they
really
probably
hit
gave them food too. I don't know.
Yeah, but after. So like everybody's like, let's drink
I
all the
don't know.
booze we can get and then throw up.
Well, it also sounds like Vivic had the responsibility of picking who's on slop this week. And he picked Bailey, which is no surprise because those two are freaking at it again. I believe Matt volunteered.
Right.
And then I'm not sure
There
who
was
else
only
is on
3?
slop. No, I don't know.
It
I
must
don't
have
know.
been 4, right?
I don't know, 3 or 4 probably, but I only know the 2 so far.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Bailey is pissed that Vivic won HOH, and she is not hiding it at all.
She is in need of major freak out control, and she is freaking out hard.
I mean, she's extra as it is. She's got no filter,
Yeah.
but she was also a little bit inebriated last night.
So was Vivic.
Yeah. Bailey though needs to get it together because he's HOH and she is not.
Isn't she a bartender?
I don't remember. But she's like, I've done nothing to deserve this. I mean, you did get into a screaming match with Vivic. I'm not saying that it wasn't like semi-warranted, but like you can't be like screaming in people's faces.
Yeah.
And she's like, I chose not to talk to him for the last 5 days. I'm screwed.
Oh, I would say yes.
She already reminds me to a certain extent of Heidi Gardner. And then this
Yes,
like, whole
yes,
thing
yes.
reminds me of that like workaholic character that Heidi does on Weekend Update.
Oh,
I have 100,000 emails. I'm screwed.
Yeah.
She's reminding me of that.
Yes, absolutely.
So she's like, also, Vivic knows that he would have been my target if I won HOH because she pretty much freaking told him that. So she is shitting a brick right now, thinking she's going to be in trouble.
How big
this
is that
week.
brick?
It's like the old
size
sponsor,
of
the brick.
Oh,
the furniture store.
Yeah.
So Bailey's like, oh my God, Vivic was trying to form a guys alliance again. He was trying to say that East Coasters thing was back together. Like he's throwing out all this shit.
But Bailey's in the East Coast Alliance.
I know, but like they're not actually working together.
I know.
But Bailey is also saying, I can't fake it with him. I cannot fake it with him this week. It's going to be a mess. Meanwhile, Kayla and Spicy are trying to calm her down. They're like, stop talking. Like whisper yelling at her, like, stop it. Stop it right now. It's a lot. They're telling her to try to fly under the radar.
That's like trying to put the Hindenburg under a
Yeah. I mean, hopefully she can get it together because there are bigger fish to fry right now, and she is gonna like talk herself up onto the block. I mean, she's already in a bad spot here, but she's only making it worse for herself.
Yes.
Yeah. So then Spicy V is alone at one point. She falls down on the bed and she's like, F me. She's pretty worried because let's not forget, not everybody blacked out last week. Like she put Vivic up on the block. People remember that. And she's like, I'm going to have to act all week. I'm not sure if I can do that. You just spent all of last week acting super dramatic. So
yeah, but like people were buying it.
I know.
It was the worst.
I know.
It was the absolute worst.
I do think that half of that last week was real. I think she was like, oh crap, what have I done?
But it was just, I mean, the things that she was saying were ridiculous.
I know.
How was anybody buying that?
They did. She's worried that she's going to get backdoored this week. She's like, I put Vivic up on the block and I gave him a nasty speech. It wasn't like it was some, I respect your game, blah, blah, blah thing. It was like have you even seen my season?
Keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah.
Spicy.
So she was like, uh-oh, I might be in trouble here. But she tells us she's going to show us why she's an all-star this season.
Right.
So then a few minutes later, Tola comes in. He's telling her, hey, just lay low this week. I've been laying the groundwork for you to be safe with Vivic. Mm-hmm. So like, I got your back. Like, don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right. So then Todd is also seeming really nervous. And
Todd
I think
was also very drunk.
I think he also had quite a few drinks and
yes,
he was not holding back. So he was nervous as hell. He thinks he could be going up on the block next to Bailey. I mean, he did say repeatedly the other day that Vivic is a dick rider. And he was talking about how he can't trust him. And Todd was also telling people that he would target Vivic. So that's not a great look.
It makes me think of the Beatles song.
Which one?
Dig back rider.
No, not paperback rider.
Yep.
No. Okay, well, Dennis is telling Todd, stay calm, because anybody can get on Vivic's nerves in the next few hours.
And it could end badly.
Yeah. So don't be that person. Like, just stay cool. And this
Just play
conversation,
it cool, boys.
this conversation was cracking us up because Todd kept calling Dennis Skinnis.
Skinnis? To his face. And he was okay with it.
It was hilarious. I think that's a fun nickname.
I love it.
I mean, how can you not call him Skinnis after
I mean,
that
he rocked
movie?
the Skinnis thing out. I hope he's taking home that outfit because he totally deserves to have that in his closet.
It was very fun. Lisa said Canadian beer is stronger than American beer.
Oh, no wonder why they were so messed up.
Yeah, I feel like Canadian beer is stronger.
I thought that there was like a beer for children there. That's like a 2/3 beer or something.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, Bailey is on like another planet right now. She's talking to Avery, and Bailey says, Anthony has my back. He is not going to let me go up on the block. First of all, since when does Anthony have your back? Like,
yeah.
Why does she think that? Also, Anthony is not HOH this week, even though it seems like he is.
I think he'll be able to pull down his sleeve and get it up Vivic's ass and get him to do whatever he wants him to do.
Yeah, it might be another week of puppetry. So, Bailey also seems to think that Vivic is the only one who wants her out at this point. No, you're like the number 2 house target behind Dennis.
Bailey.
Yeah. Bailey. So it's not looking good. She does not have a good read on things right now. She also says, if I go up on the block, I'm going to win the power veto. I mean, I'd love to see it. Let's go.
She's like Chaos Cass.
Yeah.
0% chance of winning.
Yeah, but again, she's saying...
Cute haircut, though.
Yeah, very cute. She's saying Dougie has influence. He's on our side, and he's going to make sure that we don't go up on the block. I mean, I'm sure he'll make sure that Avery doesn't go up.
Yeah.
And Spicy, but I don't know about you.
Girl.
I feel like it's the exact opposite. He's going to be pushing for her to go up.
Yes.
To protect himself and Spicy specifically.
And his hot chocolate alliance.
Right.
Because I do think that is his number 1 priority.
Yes. Well, I think Spicy above anybody else. Well, except for himself.
Right.
And then, obviously, as he should, and then hot chocolate, and then whatever, anything goes. Right. So Spicy joins them at one point, and she's like, maybe we can get Vivic to put up Dennis. What?
Skinnis? Like that would ever happen?
That's a daddy-son relationship. Like, what? My brain hurts listening to all of this.
He's going to try and convince him to put his daddy up on the block.
Come on now. Big Sissy Banana, HOH is Vivic. And we were all like, maybe Vivic could be a good HOH.
And
like,
then
he's
we
outside
were all
of
like...
Yeah, he's outside the majority alliance, but like, no, this is not good. It's not good. At one point...
He is a dick rider.
Yeah. At one point, Bailey was talking mad crap about Vivic to the other girls, and Vivic walks by. Oh my God. And then she's like, come back, we're talking about you. And they were like, sorry, we're taking care of the drunkie over here. There was a lot of like, when she was talking about like how she should act in front of Vivic, and she was like,
yeah.
It was wild. Yeah. So let's change gears a little bit.
Yeah.
Anthony and Matt are chatting in the bathroom, and Matt's like, oh, I hope we can make it through this week unscathed. Yeah. I mean, we got a good chance because Vivic seems to want to work with the bros.
He's a dick rider.
Boo. Anthony is worried, though, that Dennis is going to have more influence over Vivic than they will.
Do you feel like Vivic has 2 daddies?
Anthony and Dennis, and
he's
they don't
got
get
his
along.
weak dad, and
it's a custody battle.
Weekend dad.
Yeah, it's a custody battle.
Which will get more influence, his weekday dad or his weekend dad?
Tough to say, but Matt's like, well, how far can he get with just Dennis? Like, he's better off with us. What? So you can just throw him in the trash next week?
Yeah, really. I don't think he's gonna get as far with you guys as he will with Dennis.
I don't know. It depends, but. Anyway, they want to push for Bailey and Todd to go up on the block because both of them are outside of the Directors Alliance.
Yeah. Most of the house is outside of the Directors. Well, no, that's not true. The Directors Alliance is like 7 people.
7 people. Come on. 7 people out of 12.
Yeah.
That's a lot. So Matt says, Vivic told me that I can relax this week.
Kick your feet up.
Yeah, but who knows what's going to happen if Dennis gets in his head. And Matt says, if we escape this week, we're winning this game.
Don't
They
you think
fist bump to final two.
Dennis is for Todd?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Dennis sees Todd as a potential ally
As
and somebody outside of that majority group. Yes, absolutely. But Vivic does not. Well, Vivic feels similarly. We'll see.
Yeah.
Vivic also doesn't realize how much crap Todd was talking about him.
But I mean, how much crap was Vivic talking about other people too?
Yeah, of course. Well, anyway, Todd and Vivic have a chat in the HOH room, and Vivic apologizes for voting out Donna. And he tells Todd, don't worry, because you were with me when I was at my lowest. You are a man. You're a true man.
You're my bro. You're riding with me. I'm going to take care of you. And Todd is just like, get me out of here. I don't want to be in here. And he's like, no, come on, give me a hug. Bring it in.
Yeah, he was like, none of this handshake. I want hugs from you, Todd.
And Todd is just like.
But I think that Todd was like welcoming the reassurance because he was definitely worried that he was going to be going up on the block. But Vivic was all like, you're a real man, like blah, blah, blah.
He was really drunk.
He's really hungry for this guy's alliance. And it's like,
yeah.
So Todd lets Vivic know, if I win HOH, you will be good. You don't have to worry about that.
Well,
Especially...
we want the Todd with Vivic. We don't want the rest of the guys.
But also, I'm really annoyed that Vivic is basically going to do the dirty work of the big alliance, the majority alliance. Like, what are you doing? Wake up. What happened to wanting to target Anthony?
Yeah.
And realizing that Anthony and Spicy are working together? Like, what are you doing?
Well, let's hope that Dennis or Skinnis can talk some sense into Vivic.
We're going to get there.
We know
but
that he doesn't.
Vivic says, people have already been telling me that you're worried. But I don't want you to worry. You're my boy. And I just have to say, Vivic is
you did me a solid. Now make me a cheeseburger.
Yeah. So Todd, everyone's raving about Todd's cheeseburgers. So Todd leaves to go work on that. Vivic is alone. He's all pumped up, like, I deserve this. Like, I did this. I won. Blah. It's like
2 weeks on flop.
Like, I'm happy for him.
He's taking his shirt off, smacking himself like he's.
It's like obnoxious levels, though, of like celebration and
brotestosterone.
I see the HOH-itis taking hold very quickly. So, also after Todd leaves, Vivic is rereading his letter from his family.
Oh my God!
Hard. He's crying hard.
He loves his mom.
Yeah, he goes and talks to Anthony about how much he loves his mom. And Anthony's comforting him. And I'm just thinking, like, oh my God, Anthony is pulling him in even closer with this right now. Like, it's over. It's done.
They're bonding over family.
He's never going to go after Anthony now.
Never.
Then after after Vivic goes away, Anthony is crying and Avery comes over and comforts him. I feel bad for Anthony because I feel like he's really going through it emotionally with like his friend passing and stuff.
Vivic started the crying virus.
Yeah.
She's gonna keep going.
Right. So before we get into the next
my God, we have 2 super chats.
Thank you so much.
We have Jefferson
Tucker.
Thank
you. Jefferson says, hey boss, is it okay if I take off until BBUS for mental health reasons? The season is a D rider.
We were thinking the very same thing.
You can take off as much time as you want because this is a mess.
This is a big mess.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the super chat. Please save yourself. If you can't watch the season, don't do it. Like
it's for your own mental health.
Yeah. And Travel K, thank you so much.
Thank you.
She says, thanks for pushing through on these digital dailies. Appreciate all your hard work. Question, does Maddie ever sit our right? Wait, what is that?
Oh, do you ever sit on this side?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Well, downstairs, yeah.
Yeah.
When we're downstairs.
See, if you are an old-timey watcher, when we used to sit in the basement, it actually looks like it does on this now. But since we're streaming, we're on opposite sides.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. We kind of get used to our assigned seats and that's what it is. But
yeah, but downstairs, she sits on this side.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's the same up here because it's streaming and everything's backwards. Like
that's
you can
funny.
See that.
Yeah, like I'm actually on the right side right now, which is wild.
Right.
But thank you so much for watching. And yeah, we're trying our best to keep up with these digital dailies, but it is bleak.
It is bleak.
Bleak AF. Okay. So then we move on to the next morning.
Yeah.
This is Thursday morning.
Hangover City, baby.
Yeah. So Dennis is in the HOH room with Vivic. And I'm just like, Dennis, take the wheel. Like, please talk some sense into Vivic.
Please tell your son what he needs to do. Teach them right.
Teach the children.
Teach your children well.
Well, Vivic says, my number one goal is to get info out of people this week. I feel like your number one goal should be to take out one of the All-Stars.
Yeah.
But also get information, but like also take out an All-Star. Just saying.
I mean, how popular would you be if you were to take out one of the All-Stars?
I mean, it could put a target on your back, but at the same time, like, it needs to be done.
No one else has the balls to do it.
Well, Vivic definitely doesn't.
We know that Spicy V's not going to do it.
Yeah. I know.
So, you know the girls aren't.
Vivic wants to ask everyone who they would put up next week. I mean, do you really think they're going to be honest about that anyway? I mean, sure, go ask them, but like, whatever.
Not you, Vivic.
This should not be the determining factor for your decision. Like, you need to break up what you have already identified as a duo, the two All-Stars working. Like, he's the one that picked that out, and now he's ignoring it.
He went dumb all of a sudden.
I know. So Dennis is like, honestly, in my mind, nobody should feel safe this week because so many people ganged up on you in that spit competition. They're all going for your tube. So everybody should be scared right now. I know. He's like, I know that you're trying to build something. And it sounds to me like he's referring to Vivic trying to get the guys alliance together. And he says, even if you don't go for him, meaning Anthony, you can still take out someone who's close to Anthony.
Nope.
No, he's not going to do that. So Vivic says, look, I need a pawn this week. Dennis suggests Elijah because, you know, he did a good job last week. And I mean, Donna was billing him as the ultimate pawn, right? Nobody's going to vote him out. And Vivic's like, okay, cool. I want to put up Bailey and Elijah, and I don't want the veto used. So he's really going to flop then, huh?
Yeah.
He's really going to target Bailey, who is not a part of the majority alliance either. Why are you doing their dirty work for them?
You could have scooped her. You could have scooped her up.
I know.
And she probably would have been loyal to you.
If he does not put her up, she will be loyal to him. She will remember that.
Yeah.
But it's not going to go down that way. So,
well, you never know. But I don't think it's not going to happen.
It's not looking good. So Vivic says, I don't want to be on Spicy's bad side. She gives me information. Are you serious? Like, you really think she's giving you the important stuff?
Oh, my God.
Come on.
You just said she was working with Anthony.
I know. Vivic also shares that he will be taking Matt to Wendy's because he feels good about Matt. He's competitive. He has Lexus because they're in their little showmance. And Vivic makes it clear to Dennis that Bailey is the target. And there isn't much pushback from Dennis. He did imply earlier, you know, like maybe we should take a shot at Anthony without saying it outright. I think maybe he's just afraid to say it out loud at this point.
Was this the part where they were talking about who they were going to put up if the veto was won?
Yes. So Vivic is not sure exactly what he would do, and he narrows it down to like the people that he hasn't already told they're safe. Which at this point he was like, all right, so like Spicy, Anthony, or Lexus.
And we're like, oh, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
And then he's like, I guess Lexus would be the backup.
Oh my God.
Oh God. What are you doing?
That's like taking a multiple choice test and all of the answers.
It's like an all of the above.
Or right. and he says none of the above.
Yeah.
Thank you, Randall Westcott.
Randall, thank you. We appreciate it. Okay, so
super chat.
I don't know. Maybe Dennis is waiting until after the veto to like really push. Or maybe he's just going to be like, whatever, I'm not going to push too hard because it's not up to me.
Yeah.
All right. So then it's time for Bailey and Vivic to have a one-on-one. And going into this, I was like, oh no, like this is going to be a disaster, judging by how she was acting the night before.
Right.
But honestly, I feel like she did a really good job.
It was a great conversation.
I feel like she handled herself really well.
And I was almost feeling like
he was
Vivic was coming around.
I know.
Like she was making some great points.
Well, first of all.
And he was no crumbs.
Yeah. First of all, she's like, I'm so hungover. Keep picturing like a waterfall that I would just drink. Yikes.
Yeah. Everybody was real thirsty. They must have had like salty pizza or something with the booze.
I don't know. But Bailey lets Vivic know there is not a girls thing anymore.
Right.
I mean, there hasn't been a girls thing for a while, but she doesn't know that. So She also lets Vivic know, like, yeah, we had our blow up last week, but I want you to know that I wanted you to come off the block last week.
I wanted to talk to you.
I had other targets, which is true. Vivic was not her target. She wanted Tola out. Even after the blow up, she was like rooting for Vivic to win the veto because she wanted either Tola or Anthony to go up on the block. Mostly Anthony.
That's why Donna got sent home.
Right.
Because Donna said Anthony.
Yeah. So Vivic is like, well, I feel like you haven't tried to initiate conversations with me after the blow up. Like, you didn't come to me. And Bailey's like, all right, honestly, I didn't think that it was on me to initiate those conversations. Like, I thought you kind of owed me an apology because you were the one saying that we were in that alliance when
and
we
that
weren't.
You would put us on the block.
Yeah, and saying that you would put me and Todd up on the block. So Bailey says, I get that I am the easiest person for you to put up because we got in a fight. Everyone's going to be pushing for it. But she says the reasons really don't make sense if you look at it. She's like, there are other people that I want out, not you. And she says our whole blow up was just a distraction from what's really going on in the game. And honestly, she's right. Because Spicy V orchestrated that whole thing so that Bailey and Donna would be okay, would be on board with her putting Vivic on the block.
Yes, exactly.
So that was all orchestrated by Spicy V. It was a smokescreen. And now, unfortunately, Bailey could be paying the price for it. Yeah. But Vivic's like, I'm going to be honest. The likelihood of you going up on the block is very high right now. I am going to give you a chance to play for the veto. Oh, great. Thanks. He says everyone's going to be expecting me to put you up. And he's like, if I don't deliver on that, they're going to think that I'm like not trustworthy or whatever.
To which she said,
dude, they're going to vote you out anyway.
Yeah. To which she said, the people who you think you're working with, they don't really have your back. The people who you want to be working, who you're trying to get into an alliance with, they want you out.
Yeah.
They're coming for you. So you should like talk to people and see if you get a feeling from them, you know, are they blowing smoke up your ass or what?
And she lets him know, if you did not win this HOH, a lot of people were going to be putting you and Bestie up on the block.
That's right.
Meaning Dennis. She does clarify it is Dennis.
Skinnis.
Yeah, which is true. A lot of people were saying we're going after Dennis and maybe we'll just put Vivic up next to him, you know, split those two up.
Yep.
And she doesn't want to give names who was saying this. Why not? Just freaking do it at this point.
She should have given names.
Yeah. And again, she's like, I know people are going to push for you to put me up to distract you from putting them up. And again, nailed it. Correct.
Yeah. You get 100 plus.
Yeah. She says she would still like to work with him and Dennis moving forward. She does not want them out. She is not targeting them.
Yeah.
Vivic says, cool, I have to talk to everyone and think about everything. But then he's like, I also have to ask you, did you say that if it was up to you, you would have put me on slop for a third week in a row?
Yes, okay, I said it.
She does admit, yes, she did say it.
As a joke.
She says it was a joke. I don't think so. It was real.
I mean, I think it was a half-hearted joke.
Yeah, I mean, she was like, this was before you had apologized to me with the whole blow-up thing. And like, she's like, honestly, I would not have done that. And especially if I was going to like target you, which I wasn't. She says, there's no way.
Do you think he bought it?
Probably not. I feel like one second talking to the guys, he's going to be like, all right, Bailey's got to go.
She's a bitch.
Yeah. So he says, my blood was boiling when I heard that. I've been on slop for 2 weeks and to have to go on it for a third, like, no.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's a lot. So then Vivic and Anthony chat one-on-one. Forget it.
Yeah, it's done.
Vivic says, you know what? I had a really good chat with Bailey, but I want to...
Well, forget that.
I want to know from you, who else was targeting me? Because it couldn't have only been Bailey.
Right.
So who was leading the charge on all that? And Anthony, like, doesn't really give... Well, he does give an answer. I'll get to that. But he says, people are going to tell you what you want to hear.
Right. Including
like
you.
That's exactly what you're going to do. So Anthony says, I have to tell you, after you won HOH, multiple people were saying that this was the worst case scenario for them. And there were 2 people in particular. He doesn't name them. He's like, you can figure that out yourself. But like,
one rhymes with smelly.
Yeah. How convenient that it was 2 people and we need 2 people to go on block, right?
Right.
So Anthony says, I've got you. I think you've got me. And he says, I think that...
Babe.
Yeah. you are the most similar to me out of anyone else in this house. And Vivek's just like hearing this because he's like
my weekend
enamored
dad,
by Anthony.
Dick Ryder.
Yeah. So Vivic says, Anthony, you remind me of home. So Vivic reveals that he wants to put Bailey up on the block, and I'm sure Anthony's like, yes. And he says, I'm not sure who the pawn's going to be. I do not want to put Todd up on the block.
Right.
And he's asking Anthony for guidance.
Guide me, father.
Yeah, I mean, they talked about, Anthony was like, oh yeah, my HOH, like, I made sure that Avery knew she was the pawn, like established that early, blah, blah, blah. You don't have as much time because nominations are today, whatever. He wasn't really saying much in that. But Vivic was asking again, who wanted me out?
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me names? And Anthony's like, well, it was the people surrounding Donna, the girls. It was the girls. Of course he's going to say that.
But not
it was
him. Not Spicy.
Yeah, and he's like, it wasn't Spicy V though, which is hilarious considering she was the one who put him up.
She orchestrated the whole thing to get Donna and Bailey to say that they were okay with him going up.
It's just too much. It's so frustrating. Yeah, so Anthony gives him a little advice for the week. He tells Vivic, you need to get to know people on a personal level. Just find out more things about their real lives and also figure out what move is going to get you the least amount of blood on your hands. Boo! So he's basically like, don't come after me because that would be a lot of blood.
Right.
So lame.
Give me gallons.
Yeah. So Vivic says, okay, cool. I'm going to draw the line this week, like with Bailey. And he tells Anthony, enjoy the week.
Great.
I hate this. I hate it. I hate it so much. So then Vivic chats with Elijah, and it's time for Vivic to break the bad news that Elijah is becoming the Pawn Star.
And he's not even getting taken out for dinner.
For Wendy's, yeah. So
or for breakfast, actually.
Yeah. Vivic tells Elijah, I'm targeting Bailey, and I need a pawn. And immediately Elijah's like, okay, like I see where this is going. Vivic says, a lot of people have been recommending you as a pawn. And he says, I want to build something with you. I don't want to do this, but is it cool?
I mean, that's why we kept you, right?
Yeah, really. So Elijah's like, it's fine. But all I ask is that if Bailey does come down with a veto, please put up another big target next to me so that I will be safe. All right. Then Vivic says, cool, that's all I needed. So I just want to spend the next 10 minutes like talking about real life with you. So he's like asking him about his siblings and his relationship with his parents.
What books do you like to read?
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about that stuff, like whatever.
If you can't read a regular book, why don't you just get like a graphic novel?
So they talk personal for a while. I guess Vivic is taking Anthony's advice here. And then Elijah lets him know before the combo's over, if I win next week, I'm not going to target you.
Oh.
Okay.
Great.
So this is where things get a little bit interesting. I mean, this whole digital daily was like a no. And then the last few minutes were like, oh, maybe. Okay. Something a little different. So Spicy
like kombucha girl.
Yeah. Spicy and Avery are chatting. And Spice, you knew this was coming. Spicy's like,
I got a FSU.
I'm getting really concerned about how close Lexus is getting to Matt.
Oh,
we knew this was coming. Just last week, she was
she's
like,
got to get the target off of her.
We're cool with it. Like Matt and Lexus, we're good with both of them.
Showmans,
it's
we're
fine.
For it. They're cute.
We knew that this was going to happen. I just didn't realize it was going to be this soon. So I guess no, it makes sense because Spicy always has to have like a girl target, basically.
In front of her.
Yeah. So Spicy's asking, would Lexus pick Matt over us if it came down to it? Is she telling Matt stuff that we're saying? She's getting really worried. And Avery says, you know what?
She is, right?
I don't know. I don't know how much game they actually talk. Usually when they show them, they're both just like, yeah, like, I like you. I like you too.
We haven't done anything yet.
Oh my God. So Avery says, you know what? I am on board with this. I think the Directors Alliance is too big. 7 people.
It's too big.
So she says Matt and Elijah have to go.
Oh.
She also says there's too many marshmallows floating around in the hot chocolate.
Oh no, not marshmallows.
Ooh, wow. That's like That's a bit much. But anyway, Spicy V says, what are we supposed to do this week? And she says Vivic wants Bailey out, but like, we don't. Because I guess they are somewhat loyal to Bailey still. They feel like they can trust her. They have a final 3 with her. Are they legit with this? No, but they don't want to lose her just yet.
Right.
So
because she's a target in front of them.
She is a target in front of them, absolutely, and she's a number for them.
And she's a girl.
Yeah. So Avery says if Bailey goes up against Matt, we should vote out Matt. Split up Matt and Lexus, get rid of a big guy. But like Matt is not in danger here. Vivic seems to want to bro down with Matt, which is really annoying. They also think that Anthony would be on board with this. I don't know about that because Anthony seems very protective
of Matt.
Yeah. I feel like he views Matt as his Adam from his season. The one in the Showmance.
I could see Vivic putting up Todd after,
like totally folding and putting up Todd.
Right, after he told him to kick his feet up because when he said that, he was like drunk and hungover.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sober now. Beer goggles are off.
I mean, I think if he was pushed enough by the other guys, he might go for it. But...
Don't you want to go be with Donna?
But Spicy and Avery were also like, you know what? If it is Elijah going up next to Bailey, we just vote out Elijah.
Oh!
So they're like really gonna break up the directors. Oh my god!
Wow.
So
it's Avery, anyway.
Yeah, Avery says Bailey needs to really keep her mouth shut though because she is messing this up. Like we can't have her running around being all crazy. Yeah. But they feel at this point they're saying they want to keep Bailey over anyone. I mean, I'm interested in this because it's something
to work with here.
To work with for the viewers a bit.
Yeah.
But also I'm not gonna get my hopes up because once Anthony catches wind of this,
he might say,
is he gonna be on board with us? No. I think not. But anyway, we've got to wait until Sunday night for the noms.
Oh, crap.
Apparently. Unless there's a digital daily tomorrow, which I feel like probably not. So I think we'll be waiting.
I think there's gonna be 2 big, fat, juicy DDs
on Monday.
Yeah.
It's looking like Elijah and Bailey are going up on the block, but you never know what could change in the last lead up to the nominations. But that's what it was looking like at the end of today's digital daily. So that's where we're at.
DD double Dutch.
Yeah.
Like the people on Amazing Race with their DD shirts.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Sorry the season's a poop.
We're doing our best.
We're trying.
Thank you again to our super chatters, Jefferson, Travell, and Randall.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much.
You guys are awesome.
Yes. So we hope you have a great weekend. We will be back Sunday night.
I'm going to go crawl to the sofa now.
Yes. And
it's weekend.
Wonderful. Until next time, much
love.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Pick your feet up.
No.